Okay, the apocalyptic devotee here. And I'm gonna get back on track. Aside from my videos that were for one person in particular. But I enjoy making them public. Because what hermeticist, what resurgent atavist is not a great romantic? One who is not a great romantic is not truly in league with the forces of magic. It's just how it is. So back on track to the resurgent atavism and the path therein, and how things will come to you. As I was saying last time, you have the great coincidence. Once you start resurging the spirit, the universe will open up for you and give you whatever you want. And this has happened recently more than I could have even thought. So, it's all good. So what is resurgent atavism? And why do I prefer that word over traditionalism? I think I explained that pretty well, but I will go over it again. Once again, traditionalism has become a mere catchword and a phrase for several differing political theories. Fuck political theories. To hell with them. They belong in the gutter with all the other wretched black magic that is in the world. They arise from the great lie. To hell with that shit. What, like revolutionaries, politics? To hell with that shit. These revolutionaries have not perfected the inner self through the greater holy war, nor do they use the external, lesser holy war to wage the greater holy war. For them, everything is external, nothing is internal. The internal is external, and the external is internal. And until everyone realizes this, all revolutions are doomed to the same path that the black magicians have created. All politics in this system are of the black magicians, and arise from their system. In order to truly wage our war against the black magicians and all we say we claim to hate that they have created and arises from them, we have to transcend beyond the mundane, beyond the mediocre nonsense that they have created in this system. This system is their system, and they will change the rules for their victory no matter how they see fit. This is just a fact. So no matter if you're the greatest revolutionary force in the world, or counter-revolutionary force in the world, and you obtain some sort of temporal victory, that's all it is. Temporary. Temporal. It is only a great illusionary thing, because you have not won the ultimate victory, which is the destruction of the ego. And by the destruction of the ego, we unite the beloved and the soul. The soul. How can anyone expect to obtain any victory, anywhere, anytime, when they have not set their chakras in motion, when they do not give service to the Lord, when they are not in a mode of self-perfection? And there are many politicians under the yoke and in the service of the black magicians who will say they are mystical, they are magical, they are being guided by spirits. Yes, they are being guided by spirits, but they are not the spirits that should be guiding them. They are traitors to the great noble tradition, the tradition of the noble. They have capitulated their service for evil and wickedness and darkness and serve the Black Magicians and their monetary magic and their media magic. All control. All sneaky, backhanded, backstabbing evil. Look at politicians. All they do is lie. They tell everyone what they want to hear, and everyone believes it, even though the next person before them was told something different, and the person after them is told something different than them. They believe it because they're under a spell. Anyone who cannot see that television is the great spell caster, the great tabernacle vulgar, they are trapped in the lie, and they will not get out. This is why it is better not to even participate in watching this filth. It freaks me out when many people who claim to be there fighting the Greater Holy War are into, like, television shows. How? How? You must reject it all. All of it must be rejected. There cannot be one thing that is kept. Like, you might like Game of Thrones, but what is that? It is... Does it really promote the nobility of Arianan, of Arianism? I doubt it. I haven't watched it. I don't know. I'm not going to watch it. I don't care. I would rather read, like, some cool Arthurian legends that come from the soul of the folk. Not some postmodern television entertainment that arises out of some mediocre novels about re-envisioned archetypes, when I can go directly to the well and the source of wisdom and read truth, as opposed to fictitious lies. It's very strange. Because even if you're watching Game of Thrones, you are still supporting sex in the city. You are still supporting the Black Magicians and their ultimate goal and scheme of wickedness. The Game of Thrones is in your soul and mind, and that is where the battle must be won. The external battles are now folly. Folly, folly, folly. Who can win the external battle against the great power of the Dark Age? Only Kalki. But Kalki, he is not here yet. So it is up to us through mantra, through magic, through devotion, through cultivation of compassion, through the resurgence of the spirit, warrior spirit of our ancient folk, to battle that battle. To engage in anything that comes out of Hollywood is folly. Like I said, there are very few things. There is Excalibur. There is Lord of the Rings. Those are pretty good. But even then, you know, God, I just hate Hollywood so much. And I hate the Black Magicians so much. I just hate to give them any part of myself. How can I transcend them when I give them any part of myself? How can I transcend them when I let my mind become as a field for their harvest? For them to plant their seeds in my mind. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. We should wage this war like great warriors we are. The great solar troubadours. The great Minnesanga. to re-invoke that blood memory and resurge the atavistic spirit and wisdom of our people. And I'm not of the opinion that all people who have white skin or whatever are Aryan. There are many different types of people that look the same, but they are not of the noble spirit. They are of the spirit of the world and of the age. I do not think things like Jared Taylor's white nationalist stuff is very good. It has no transcendent quality. It's all about externality. It's not about the internal combat. I would rather hang out with some... I definitely would rather hang out with some darker Hindu person or somebody from the more darker Aryan regions than I would want to hang out with, like, Jared Taylor. I've heard he's a nice guy, but I mean, what is white identity golfing? I have no identity with that. I have no identity with the monetary systems. I do have identity with the great explorers and the great warriors of the past. But like people like Jared Taylor will even say that they think that the black magicians are white, which they are. They have white skin. That does not make them one of the noble. It merely makes them serpentine chameleons. Jared Taylor said he wanted to hang out with the beautiful people. What are the beautiful people? Materialistic yuppies and subdivisions are not beautiful people. They are ugly. They are marred with all the great illusions of the world that we must destroy. They have capitulated to and reinforce all that is unholy and evil. We must be as the fire of purification, and we must summon it and rise against all these lies. My nation, my people, are the Hyperboreans. And not all white people are Hyperboreans. That is my thought for today. And please excuse my very, weird videos that are for one person in specific. But that's how I am. I am a great romantic unto the point of retardation. But that is what we must resurge, is the great amore, the force of love, the green light. Hail.